اللي شو رأيك بهالجيل دوخ الكل اوف شو خطير تعال نحكي عن جيلي وجيلك ونسمع جنواو للأخير.
Ahmed, I feel like you're a baby boy in Candylicious right now.
I sort of am.
How do you feel? Do you need a moment?
I think the moment is interlapping with the reality that is unbelievably beautiful at this moment. I think saying home is a car brand can potentially be a real thing. Yeah.
Wow.
The fact that this is amazing. By the way, this is phenomenal. This is what they use in the actual pits, in the actual Formula One. Like this is how they talk. You dial a little bit here, and you're like, look, I need you to blah blah blah, and like there's like that whole operation is done on exact. This is not a replica. This is a real thing. And what I got to learn very recently, which means minutes ago, is that this traveled 25 years to reach here, and is the only one of its kind, which is phenomenal. But yeah, like cars are a driving force. They're a driving machine. They
when
breathe
did you
soul.
first get into cars? Why was it cars, not sports, مثلا? Oh.
I know, right? I swear to God, like I always thought maybe I'd be into like different stuff growing up, but something about cars really got to me. I guess my dad. I mean,
what does your dad do?
My dad's a teacher, a French teacher, and he writes poetry.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a French teacher. C'est pour ça que je parle français. It's what I went to school. I went to a French school, so I speak fluent French.
Cool.
My dad keeps telling me I'm not very good, but it's fine. I studied it for like 14 years. But yeah, my dad used to take me on these drives, Ghaliaa, that were
what
like...
was the car that you died?
My dad had a Toyota Corolla from as early as I can remember.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he got a Golf, and then he got what was it called? I forgot the name of the Golf. It's a specific type of Golf. I forgot the name. GTI or something, which I had one. It was my first car ever. But yeah, my dad got me into cars because of just how mechanical the thing was. Okay. And my dad liked to really put music in the background every single time. Like we cannot enter our car without music, French music. Oh. So so a lot of French music that I grew up with is because my dad got me into music, my dad got me into cars, my dad got me into art as a whole. Okay. My mother got me into business because she forced me to get into, anyway.
Isn't it the other way around usually? No.
It is, but not with me.
No, not with you.
Yeah, my dad got me into art, he got into music. I mean, et si tu n'existais pas. Like I just hear my dad sing that walking through the house was a monumental moment for me growing up. And like my mom would put on, like Fairuz and stuff, which is great, it's beautiful.
The mix
but like,
is
but my dad would take me to a different part of the world.
Of course.
Where there's different cultures, different meanings, different words, different everything. Even if both songs are talking about love is different.
Love is different.
Right? So that's what my dad got me into. And yeah, cars was a big part of it. Driving on the mountain roads in Lebanon. And then having music in the background, my dad singing, me singing with him, and once in a while, when we're lucky, my dad would point and say, Baba, look, that's a Ferrari.
Ah.
And I'd be like, what's a Ferrari, Baba? And he'd be like, oof, yeah, Baba, if only I could. I'd put you in one right now. Yeah. That's where it started, I guess, the addiction. I was around 8 years old. Right around where my music addiction started. Let me give you one example. This is a 918 Spider. It's a hybrid. It's a Porsche, of course. It's a hybrid. It's from basically one of the most exquisite vehicles on the planet. They call them the trifecta. There's three of them. Yeah, so you've got the 918 Spider, you've got the McLaren P1, and you've got the Ferrari LaFerrari. And this is one of the main ones. Why? Because what this thing that you're looking at can do is beyond basic human comprehension. So ever since cars as unique as this came to existence, I wanted to do things that were beyond human comprehension.
Like what?
Well, I think you know all too well. The lines on this thing, unbelievable. To get the quality of a 918 all the way from Porsche. It's just insane looking at it.
Listen, the carbon fiber means so much to me, and I have a wing on my motorcycle.
Oh no, wait, you've got a wing on a motor. Ladies and gentlemen, we found her. We found the one person on the planet who said, but what if? And then did it.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, you've got a Lamborghini engine block for a table. Of course. Why would that even not be normal? Why would that not be normal? But anyway, you were saying.
Yeah, before I ask you the second question, yes, tell me what you grew up listening to. What kind of genres?
For me, I grew up with rock and metal.
Ooh.
Specifically. Black metal, death metal, symphonic, melodic.
Like that kind of guy. I'm gonna tell you that.
Real, genuine underground metal. I used to be a massive, well, I still am to an extent, of Amon Amarth, Rammstein, Children of Bottom, Graveworm, basically all of those. Demo Borgir when I was a kid.
Do you still listen to metal?
Yeah, that's all I did. That's basically what I used to play the entire time as well. When I was just a kid.
What do you
yeah.
play?
I play guitar, bass, piano, cello, and violin. And oud.
What?
And I produce, obviously.
Mashallah.
My God.
Tell me more about your talents. Do you have any more hidden talents, Ahmed?
I haven't crashed any of my Ferraris. I
Good.
think that's a talent.
Good.
And trust me, it is.
It is.
When
yes,
you're behind, I mean,
agree.
you're all the way
rider,
behind
yeah,
bikes
yeah.
all the time. So you can just do and you're in the end of the world.
True. Have you been to therapy?
I have been recently, actually, for the first time in my life. So for those who don't know, I don't even know if you know this, but I was involved in a car accident when I was 18
I was
something.
trying to get to it, but
Yeah. So we'll delve deeper into it. But believe it or not, even after losing my two closest friends and, like people being very shocked, like my family and stuff, like how can you drive a fast car after what I've been through? I'm like, I was not behind the wheel, I've never had an accident behind the wheel, alhamdulillah. And like cut that part out, عيون العالم. And more importantly, like, I don't know, it's just something about the fact that I didn't even had to get any therapy done. Like I just accepted the fact that the closest people on the planet to me are gone, that my body was broken, and that I might lose everything. And yeah, I had to accept it. Actually, it literally drove me to become a better person.
Therapy helps with these things, Ahmed.
Wallahi, it does. But at that time, I was too convinced that I don't need it. Like, by the way, by the Lebanese government, I had to do certain tests with therapists and psychiatrists post the accident. And what happened was I was completely greened. Like, khalas, he's fine. Like, psychologically, I was fine to an extent, طبعا. And from a psychiatrist's point of view, I was completely fine. I know that I'm a little bit extra, but that's irrelevant because of my, I guess, creativity or whatever. But what matters to me the most is the fact that starting therapy recently, I mean, it's an on and off thing, has really helped me understand adulthood in a different way. So I guess that's why I'm doing it. Like, I don't think that life has anything. I mean, come on, you've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. I mean, most people who have reached somewhere have been through a lot. Haram, and it's horrible to think about, is that a lot of people who are going through a lot are not reaching anywhere, right? Like they're not.
Why do you think?
Because they're not accepting other people's actual opinion. I'm not saying accept everybody's opinion, but I'm not saying don't take any opinions. Like a lot of people think what other people think of them. I think that's wrong, and you should know that, right? You know that. People's opinions in you don't matter. Your opinion of you matter. Whether people like you or not is a reflection of how you see yourself. Being a school dropout, and that is genuinely what I am, because I failed school purposefully for 3 years in a row until my family.
When did you drop out?
I don't like it. I don't like.
When?
You know the French system in Lebanon, brevet, second, then university, right?
Okay.
So I guess that's like 11, 12, 13, then uni or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know the American equivalent, but like I failed brevet, which is the year that gets you into high school twice. And then my mom and dad put me in a mehaniye, which is a specialized institute.
But what did you feel when you dropped out?
I had no idea. I just wanted to make music.
But didn't you feel like you were a failure?
No.
What?
I just wanted to make music.
So you were happy that you...
Hell yeah. What are you talking about? It was amazing. And like every time like I would do a test, it's not that I wouldn't try my best, but like if you look at all of my scores, the highest is English, which is something I never learned. I never studied English in my life. I never read an English book. It's just self-taught. I got lucky with the accent and everything. So yeah, and it's not like fake.
Man, do you have any idea how much I didn't want to enter college? I didn't want to go to college.
What'd you study? Tell me about you.
I studied mass communication for
okay.
4 fucking years. And I hated college, and I was trying to tell my mom. My dad is a school dropout, so he supported me fully. He's like, you don't have to.
خلي لك إيه.
وفري علي and don't go to college. And mom was like, لا. Mom was like the typical society, mom.
Yeah.
Which is لا, لازم يكون معك شهادة.
Same as my mother, yes.
I keep thinking, man. I keep thinking of those 4 years. I could have started so much earlier.
That's what I did. That's legitimately, that's how I started.
Do you think we can apply this? هلا بهذا الوقت?
If anything, now it's the most applicable. Like, I wouldn't tell people to not go to school. I would say, depending on what you want to do. If you're going to be a doctor or any specialized field of any kind, please go to school. Please, imagine a doctor who's like, oh, I believe I can do the surgery all on my own. No, you can't. No, you can't. I mean, my sister holds a PhD. So, like, I know the value of, in immunology and biology. I understand the value of it fully from A to Z. But for me, I guess on a logical level, what I can tell you is that school is a means to an end. If you can find that end somehow or innovate it, you are the person who'll be teaching people. Hence as to why a school dropout today owns a school.
Can you brief them on what you do so people can actually know?
Yeah.
Just name them for me. List
okay,
them.
5 things.
Hello.
Okay. First thing is the voices, right? My voice is all over the country. This is true. You hear me from Dubai Opera, from Center Point, quite a lot. And it's the tone. I mean, you hear the tone, you're like, yes, you've heard it everywhere. That's the first one. But what's unique about it, because I like just to be different in everything. There's a lot of voices. None of them are me. Oof. Like, not a single one of them is me, right? So not a single other voiceover is me. Oh, that's what I meant by that statement. There's like hundreds of voiceovers, but no one's like me. So, yeah, not a single one of them is like me. Not even one. Because every single person goes and says, I want to sound like I sound like. I don't. Because my high tone, this goes all the way up, and you've heard it on Kabown on the radio. This is in the middle that you've heard in quite a lot of places that focuses on this tone like InstaShop. And this is all the way down that you've heard all over Dubai.
Fuck off.
What does that have to do with that? Because I'm a musician.
Right.
Right? So I just نغم صوتي, whatever.
Right.
But I took it to the extent where it doesn't sound like the guy.
Where did you pick it up?
Huh?
Where did you pick up?
I picked it up because I own the company that provides the service. So by recording a lot of voiceovers in my early 20s, I'm like, I think I know what they're doing. And then because I own the company, I wanted to also save some money for my company instead of just hiring freelancers 24/7. So whatever maybe I could do, I would convince the client, because voiceovers work with a production house, which works with an agency, which works with a client, right? So I'm the production house. So I have direct access to the agency or client. So I support all of these incredible voiceovers who support me in giving me their incredible voice for us as a production house to produce incredible content with them. And we work with people globally, which is, again, a little bit of a step back why I opened the school for the voiceover sector, to also create new talents for the market.
Right.
So a lot of people who think, Ahmed wants his voice everywhere, he's so addicted to his voice, then why am I single-handedly breeding new talent? Right. That sounds like a leader to me, not someone who's jealous of other people, right? 100%. So that's that there. And then the production house in itself, I would go to the client and be like, listen, maybe it's me, blah, blah. And then the client would tell me, can you do a lower tone, blah, blah, blah. And then slowly, I started doing more non-ads, more announcement-y thingies. Okay. And then I stuck to that. But what I actually do, as the first one being voices, the second one being a business owner. I own an audio post-production house called Mind Loop Studios, and it's been in Dubai for 21 years, and I've been a partner there for 7 years. And alhamdulillah, I made it the biggest audio post-production house in the entire city, and we work with clients globally.
Amazing.
On another note, and this is a bit of an exclusive for you, even though I can't say their name, I am beyond honored. I can't wait to look back at this video when I made this announcement, like next year. But I have officially signed with a global music composition or music branding supplier, which you've heard their music globally, who are humongous people. I signed to be their co-owner and managing director in the entirety of the Middle East.
Sick.
And it's an honor that I was picked, and I am happy that they knew that they had the best. So, may. So they're gonna watch this, so they're probably gonna be like, So I'll explain what that is. Third thing is that I own the school, which is my very own startup. This is my first personal business. Like Mind Loop Studios, I became a partner of. It was already established, but my school I opened. The fourth thing is that I make music for brands. I'm a musician who specializes in creating something called sonic branding or music DNA. And I've been leading the region for the past 9 years, creating 92 brands, including the biggest brands you've heard, such as Insurance Market, Barakat, Brands for Less, Festival City, Middle East. A lot of these brands, Saudi German Hospital, caring, like a lot of these, some of them contain my voice, yes, some of them don't contain my voice, but it's
complain about
all the time. All the time.
Because my friends do. Everything is singable for me.
Yeah. For me, my favorite joke is if I'm dating a girl, we break up, I can forget her. It's gonna be a bit hard for her to forget me, especially living in the Middle East. Because like, listen, my voice.
We're gonna have to move to another country.
That's the problem. You gotta move out of the region. See, the thing is, my voice is known here, but my music is known all over the Middle East and sometimes globally. I'll give you one example. Rixos Hotels.
Yeah.
It's all over the planet. That's my music. On the planet.
She's got to check in into a different hotel.
Just check into Rixos and don't worry.
Go to an island.
I've got others on the way. But yeah, this product is called Sonic Branding. I've been leading it in the Middle East. There's a few suppliers across the Middle East, but single-handedly, I hold a much bigger portfolio, which says a lot. Like when it's a team of composers working together for one brand, and then one guy running 2 companies, way over exceeded single-handedly. That says a lot about my creative capabilities as a composer and someone who is able to understand brands on a very deep emotional level in order for us to relate the entire brand. You know how sophisticated creating sonic branding is and how hard it is? You're trying to make a 4-second signature that literally resonates the entire brand.
I know.
Like, that's what I do. Even something as silly as Insurance Market, it's just the insurance market. When I came up with that melody, I literally wanted to, I'm sorry, but I wanted to annoy you because it's gonna stick in your head. But not, and people be like, but that's a bit of a jingle, like for those who are in the industry. And I'm like, no, it's not.
It's not.
Because the life form of it will live for the next 30 years in your brain, in your brain, in your brain, in your brain, and mama, she's not here. But like, and yeah, so, the voices are for fun, the business is for growth, the school is to help, the music for brands is the passion, and the comedy is the fun. This is Ahmed Haffar.
What'd you do for Ahmed?
Drive.
Really?
Yeah, I drive. I drive a lot. I love driving.
Like cruise around by yourself?
No, I drive like on track. I drive on track.
For you.
Yeah. So what I do is, I would literally rather live in a 1-bedroom apartment for the rest of my life, as long as I've got like 20 cars.
Wow.
I just love cars from the bottom of my soul. And I've been speaking to a few global brands. And my ultimate dream is to create the official sonic branding of Ferrari. As the logo is beyond legendary globally.
Wow.
So imagine the pressure I'd have to create the equivalent of that in sound. And I believe that I'm definitely the right man for the job due to the dedication I have for the brand.
Wow.
And I hope that the Ferrari family one day will give me a chance, the branding team and the family would allow me to create the official music for Ferrari. And I like hearing people, I like listening to people. I know he doesn't shut up, but also he listens.
He does listen.
It's the duality of life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like talking to people. I like helping people through their problems. I guess that's why I opened up my school. I like solving people's problems and making them better versions of themselves, as I'm constantly working on becoming a better version of myself. And other than that, I like to eat. I'm a massive fan of food.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is American, unfortunately. I have to admit. Fast food is my one and only real sin.
I would kill for wings and a shake.
Now, dude, let's just move it. Let's move
fucking go.
The whole podcast, ladies and gentlemen, is now sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wing. It's just.
I I was actually meaning to ask you, what happened that we suddenly saw your face all over TikTok? Like, why didn't we know who you were back then?
Because it doesn't matter.
To you?
Absolutely. To anyone.
But that's not true.
It is. Let me explain why. It doesn't matter because I want to educate and grow people. Them knowing who I am is from their interest of what they hear around them, musically, audibly, all of that. For me, I bring raw talent on the table. Real raw talent. There isn't a single multi-instrumentalist composer specializing in brands who is a voiceover artist who specializes in different tonalities, who does stand-up comedy and does not fail, by the way, creates and improvs on stage, and who is also a multi-businessman at the same time. Get me one.
Right.
Just one. So when you're so busy, what am I gonna go? Go tell people, Inti Allahu Akbar alayki. Your background's beautiful. You're an incredible person and you're 25.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be here, you get me? So like, I wanna be with the right people. I wanna be with the right mindsets. I can trust your audience to be understanding to the point where they'll benefit something from this. What's your name?
Ghaliaa.
Okay, I wanna ask you one question.
Hit me.
How does it feel that your mother knew your value, naming you before you knew your value?
Hey, my mother didn't name me. It was my grandma.
Wallah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, ladies and gentlemen.
My mom wanted to name me Mirbat for some reason.
Allah, Sitna, your grandma's still with us?
No.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Allah yarhamha.
Thank you.
And she was onto something. لأنه عن جد أنت غالية.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Your energy resonates as beautifully as the string quartet of the early 1800s.
Oh, what a analogy. Thank you.
Knowing أنه أنت غالية, now that you know that. غالية means expensive, by the way, but like valuable.
Precious.
Precious, right? Yeah, precious, yeah.
My friends used to call me expensive. It's okay.
Yeah, you are. So, you know. But yeah, when you started out in life, when was the moment where music saved you?
Probably 10th grade.
How old were you at the time?
I think I was 16. Yeah, I was 16 when I started. I mean, there's always instruments in the house, right? My dad's obsessed with music. There's
Amazing.
always instruments. Always has been, around me. Clarinets, piano, keyboards, hatta drums. So I would like put all these toys, all these instruments in my room, shut the door after school, 2 p.m., play music for like 6 fucking hours, wouldn't do my homework.
Same.
I'd fail over and over again.
Same.
And my mom would push me to like study, but I was really bad at school. I would skip a lot of classes, go outside, play basketball. I don't know. I would try to do anything that would just
Stop telling my story from a female
Honestly.
perspective.
Honestly, man. And there wasn't a music club or like a music band. It's not the typical, American dream
Absolutely,
school,
yeah.
right? It was,
Yeah.
it was an American school, but it was like still Arabic curriculum type of thing.
Yeah. Especially the mentality, right?
Exactly.
What are some of the earliest struggles that you actually went through, and how did you overcome them? And when did you figure out that you're actually cool enough to overcome them? Like, not just like, I'm so cool, but rather mentally you were cool enough to calm yourself down and be able to see the bigger picture, which a lot of people fail in that crucial early step.
I think it was the first time I was approached by a major label.
And
Big
what label
Four.
was that, if I'm allowed to ask?
I don't think I can say, but
Okay,
it
no
was
problem.
one of the big four. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure you know.
Of course.
And then when I read the contract, I was 18 at the time. And when I read the contract, yes, I felt this temptation that, oh my God, there's big money on the table. They want me for 10 years. They want to produce. And at the time, I picked up production, so I produced 2 albums.
Wow.
They saw me as a full package, a girl that writes, sings, composes, and produces. And I think my dad was wise enough to tell me not to take it, even though
Good
I was dying.
You were beyond ready to take it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very, very good one. I know I'm allowed 3 questions, so I'm gonna make the third one match the most, okay?
Go ahead.
What was the first song that you've produced fully that made you cry?
بدي أحكيك. It's called بدي
Nice.
أحكيك. It's one of my favorite
Nice.
songs.
What was it about?
I mean, it's a typical It's a classic story.
It's not typical. Your brain doesn't function in typical.
Right.
And there's no way that you produce something that made you, the artist, cry if it's typical. I may not have released my personal music, and I never have, by the way. My personal music
Do you
has...
want to?
No, not yet.
Why?
It's because I have around 7 albums completely finished that are just untouched.
Insane.
Yeah, my friends actually hate me for this. I swear to God.
Am I ever gonna get a chance to hear?
Personally, yeah. But for the rest of the world, it's the music for brands you hear. And if you like that, then imagine what I do personally.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not gonna release those. I would like to release one of my albums, which is a piano album, but until the right opportunity is there.
Beautiful.
But I make melodies that just genuinely tear at your soul.
Right.
I'm just one of those people who are able to do that. So what I want to understand more is what in that piece really got you? Was it the melodic structure? Was it the harmony? Was it the way that your vocals came in?
For me, it's.
You know, I know it's stupid to talk about music.
No,
I
sure.
know it is.
I get
know
you,
it
but
is.
I wanna
But
say-
I want to understand.
I want to say that lyrics came to me later on. I'm a composer at heart. I would like compose on and on. I'd even go to these like piano contests because I don't read any notes. I'm like fully by ear.
Oh my God, same.
Self-taught.
So me and you are
Exactly.
exactly the same with that. Oh my God,
And I go to
besties,
these-
besties in the making, ladies and gentlemen.
100%.
Moments before going on stage, genuinely, what do you usually feel? Because I'm not gonna
Anxious
say
as fuck.
Really? You?
Yeah.
Girl, I saw some stuff. You fan.
No.
You fan.
I mean, recently I've been training, honestly, but it's.
Yeah?
I think I've been shy for a very long time.
Yeah.
Not camera shy, just shy around like.
I get
In
it.
front
So
of
you
people.
actually feel anxious before going on stage?
Yeah, but then khalas, like recently, I'd say like about a year ago,
You
started
still got-
chilling.
Yeah, but you still think you need a bit more work? Say yes, say yes.
Yeah.
You think you need more work?
Yeah.
And that's where my school comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, On the Field Creative Academy, here to make you what you always wanted to be.
Oof.
Can we push that?
Please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
When it comes, I'm done. There's gonna be a lot of that, but in Ahmed's way, let's say. But mainly, the thing I want to show you is one particular part of the thing that I am proud of is, it's not, let's not call it fully done and dusted because it's not. It's not been easy, and I'm doing my best to like keep it going as fast as I can, right? You know how that goes. Sorry, I'm actually still trying to find the file, people. Sorry, a lot of emails. But I just want to show you this part from this piece, and I want you to hear it. I really want you to hear it. The biggest gift that me and you have, like, if you were to strip everything, I'd keep the music. What about you?
Same.
Yeah?
Just the melody,
Thank you for
man.
having me.
Thank you. لا.
Appreciate it.
كلك ذوق.
شو رأيك بهالجيل دوخ الكل اوف شو خطير تعال نحكي عن جيلي وجيلك ونسمع جنواو